Amazon posted their third $100 billion quarter in a row, but they've still missed expectations. It has fallen short of analyst estimates for the second quarter results. It also gave a weaker than expected outlook for the third quarter revenues, and they're saying that it's very difficult to compare versus the business during the COVID-19 lockdowns. Let's read through the highlights from the earnings conferences. In the second quarter 2021, Amazon said, over the past 18 months, our consumer business has called on to be delivering an unprecedented number of items, including PPE, food, other products. At the same time, AWS has helped so many business and governments maintain business continuity. We've seen AWS growth reaccelerate as more companies bring forward plans to transform their business and move to the cloud. This said by Amazon CEO Andy Jassy. Thank you to all those passionate, innovative, mission-driven employees around the world for continuing to stay focused, delivering for our customers. I'm very excited to work with you as we invent and build for the future. This is the first quarter with Andy Jassy as the Amazon CEO. Let's understand the things that Jeff Bezos said last year. In fourth quarter 2020, Amazon is what it is because of invention. We do crazy things together and we make them normal. We pioneered customer reviews, I-click, one-click, personalized recommendations, Prime's insanely fast shipping, just walk out shopping, the climate pledge, Kindle, Alexa, marketplace, infrastructure, cloud computing, career choice, and much more. If you do it right, a few years after a surprising invention, the new thing has become normal. People yawn. That yawn is the greatest compliment an inventor can receive. When you look at our financial results, what you're actually seeing is a long-run cumulative result of invention. Right now, I still see Amazon at its most inventive ever, making it an optimal time for this transition. So that was a transition where Jeff Bezos passed on the mantle to Mr. Andy Jassy. Let's go through the second quarter results. July 29, last night, Amazon reported the financial results. Operating cash flow has increased 16% to $59 billion for the last 12 months, compared with $50 billion for the trailing 12 months ending June 30, 2020. These are their EBIT, operating cash flow. Free cash flow decreased to $12 billion for the last 12 months, compared with $30 billion for the trailing 12 months ending June 30, 2020. So they've spent something that's a difference of about $20 billion. We will uncover everything today. Free cash flow less principal repayments of finance leases, financing obligations decreased to $600 million, compared with $21 billion for the last 12 months ending June 30, 2020. So if you look at that, they've paid a lot of their finance leases. Free cash flow, less equipment finance leases, and principal payments of all other finance leases, financing obligations decreased to $4.2 billion for the last 12 months, with $19.4 billion for the trailing 12 months ending June 30, 2020. So what you're seeing in this quarter is a lot of payments. Lease obligations, $20 billion, $15 billion, principal repayments, another lease. Okay, so common shares outstanding plus shares under underlying stock-based awards have totaled 522 million shares, compared with 517 million a year ago, a difference of 5 million shares. 5 million shares is a stock compensation. That's 1% of $2 trillion, or roughly $20 billion. Net sales increased 27% to 113 billion in the second quarter, compared with 88.9 in the second quarter of 2020. For a company in the realm of $100 billion sales per quarter, it is quite an astonishing feat to see an increase of 27%, as usually any company that hits $100 billion, not even a quarter, but a year, always suffers the law of large number problem. That isn't a problem, as you could see here in Amazon's reports. Operating income increased $7 billion compared with $7.7 billion, compared with 5.8 in the second quarter 2020. Net income increased to $7.8 billion in the second quarter, or 15.12 per diluted share. So you're seeing actually people, when you listen to a lot of commentary, they're saying the net income of $8 billion versus a sales of 113 looks low. But you have to understand, we're looking at a company wherein you're not going to just judge the cloud web services, but all other parts of the business. So let's go through this. Quarterly profits is $7.8 billion. That's almost 50% higher from Q2 2020. That's higher than 2.6, 50% higher. Let's understand the things happening within this second quarter 2021. For the second year in a row, Amazon is #1 on the Progressive Policy Institute Investment Heroes list. This is a company which ranks all the companies in America, checking how much they sustain job creation, economic expansion, wage growth. And Amazon topped all that. Amazon also launched their Black Business Accelerator, committing $150 million for the next 4 years, helping Black business owners and entrepreneurs succeed as third-party selling partners. So if you are aware, Shopify is also a succeeding third-party selling partner, helping all the entrepreneurs. So they are together committed to growing and spurring growth in providing financial support, education, marketing, and promotional support. In the Prime Day, Amazon Prime Day, 2 weeks leading up to it, customers spent already $2 billion of products from third-party sellers during their Spend 10, Get 10 promotion. This is more than double compared to 2020 Prime Day small business promotion. Prime Day is the biggest 2-day period ever for small and medium-sized businesses in all of Amazon stores worldwide. Amazon Advertising also launched over 40 new features and self-service capabilities. In this case, Amazon Advertising is now also in Europe, Australia, India, Japan, and Saudi Arabia. They're increasing more opportunities for local and global sellers and brands to grow their businesses in these regions. What are they doing? They're helping customers discover the brand and the product. Recent launches included regional sponsored product campaign creation tools, access to creative asset management solutions, marketing resources via the partner network. Now, last year, let's understand the things that Amazon did. 2020 holiday season was the best ever for independent businesses selling on Amazon. Nearly all of the SMEs worldwide grew sales 50% compared to 2019. So this is the digital acceleration. Sellers have surpassed $4.8 billion in worldwide sales from Black Friday through Cyber Monday, growing about 60% from the previous year. During the holiday season as a whole, small and medium-sized businesses in US sold 1 billion products in Amazon store. Since the start of COVID-19, Amazon incurred more than $5 billion in operational costs on behalf of all these businesses selling in Amazon store, while they expect to invest billions more through 2021. They increased square footage across all their fulfillment and logistics network by 50%, dedicating 60% of fulfillment center capacity to seller products, postponing annual selling fee adjustments until June 2021. Yes, the reason why we're talking about Amazon is because the market is selling off Amazon shares down 7%. If you want to skip through this hour, the answer is, of course, you want to buy Amazon at $3,000 and $2,800. This is an opportunity to buy Amazon. But before you do that, I want you to understand, at least give me an hour just to really read through the numbers so that you understand the facts at the very least of what you are buying. Okay, so as part of the AWS Activate program, they've provided $1 billion in AWS credits during 2020, helping early stage startups launch their businesses, accelerating their growth. With this help, startups are using scalable, reliable, and secure cloud services like compute, storage, database analytics, IoT, machine learning, and many others from AWS to scale their businesses. What you can learn from the pandemic from Amazon is that what they were doing was spending more whatever sales they've gotten and EBIT they've gotten, they're keeping on investing. That's why the net income would fall short out of all the analysts' expectations. Another thing, Amazon launched Small Business Accelerator Program, helping entrepreneurs and small businesses succeed in the digital world. Free access to online training, expert advice, live events, services, including the Amazon Small Business Accelerator in UK, Quick Start Online in Germany, Despega. Okay, so let's go through the shopping numbers. Prime members in 20 countries shop more and saved more this Prime Day than any other Prime Day in the last 20 years, purchasing more than 250 million items. The biggest purchases, most popular item was the Fire TV Stick 4K with Alexa voice remote. So that is actually the competition of Roku. So people spent a lot of money shopping online, and they also spent a lot of money watching television or streaming Amazon Prime Video. Prime Day kicked off the back-to-school shopping season. Members worldwide are purchasing more than 1 million laptops, 1 million headphones, 600,000 backpacks, 240,000 notebooks, 220,000 Crayola products, 40,000 calculators. This is all just in a quarter. Prime is now available in 22 countries, addition of Prime in Portugal, offering members unlimited free 2-day delivery on millions of products, as well as an access to Amazon Prime Video streaming. Business Prime is now serving more than 1 million business customers of all sizes worldwide, including Chevron, Citi, in the state of Utah. And since launching in 2017, Business Prime has saved members millions of dollars by shipping over 140 million packages free of charge. There's one reason why I like to read through the numbers, paragraphs one by one, and going through all the numbers with you. Because just to tell you that Amazon is a buy is misleading. You have to know the facts, you have to know those data, so that you can appreciate that a company as big as Amazon, with $1.8 trillion in market cap, it could go $1.5 trillion market cap in the next 2 months. Let's say it falls 20%. If it's $1.5 trillion market cap, has a revenue of about 400 billion, notching to about 500 to 600 billion dollars in the next 1 to 2 years, you still want to buy this big. I mean, I'm pretty sure not anyone will actually tell you to sell Amazon. They'll only tell you to buy. Nonetheless, I want you to still understand these data. Let's go through more. For Amazon Prime Video, they released Amazon original movies for customers worldwide, including Tom Clancy's Without Remorse, starring Michael B. Jordan, Tomorrow War, starring Chris Pratt. These are #1 streamed movies on their opening weekends. All the Prime members enjoyed new and returning Amazon original series and specials, such as Them, Solos, Underground Railroad, Panic, Flak, Mary J. Blige's My Life, Prime Day Show, as well as the 7th and final season of Bosch, the longest running Amazon original series to date. Additionally, they've debuted 20 local originals internationally, including Dom in Brazil, Chivas El Rebaño Sagrado, Mexico, Clarkson Farm in UK, La Leyenda de Sergio Ramos in Spain, Mixte France, and Head Above Water, Australia. Amazon also earned 20 Emmy Award nominations, including Amazon Studios' first category nominations for a drama series, The Boys, The Underground Railroad. They also received 2 nominations for Uncle Frank and Sylvie's Love. For writing, it's All In, Savage Fenty Show Volume 2, choreography. Visual effects for Vikings, Welcome to the Blumhouse, Michael B. Jordan's Alexa ad. Let's go through more. There's streaming deals with sports leagues around the world, including the NFL, Thursday Night Football beginning 2022, a year earlier than previously announced, 16 Women's National Basketball Association games per season, and the Commissioner's Cup Championship game, the Premier League in the UK, Premier Channel to watch soccer in Brazil, 300 plus League One soccer matches per season in France. Prime Video also streamed the first ever French Open night matches and Australian swimming trials globally. If you would tell me that there's only Netflix and Disney, Amazon Prime is definitely saying we are here and we might be somebody that you are not really counting upon. NBC Universal streaming service is also available on Amazon Fire TV and Fire tablet devices, Peacock. Customers can use their Amazon Prime Video and just call Open Peacock and tell Alexa, and that's it. Prime Video and IMDb TV announced an exclusive multi-year licensing deal with Universal Film Entertainment beginning in 2022. Prime Video will be an exclusive subscription video partner for UFEG's slate of live-action films in the US, bringing films such as Jurassic World Dominion, The 355, The Ambulance to Prime Video soon after the theatrical release. With this deal, IMDb is the first advertising-based streaming service to secure a major studio network window, which traditionally goes to broadcast or cable networks. It's the same thing with Roku. IMDb TV announcing 12 original series and development projects, including a new half-hour drama from Dick Wolf. Jeff Lewis, a docu-series with Luke Bryan, a dramedy from Cleve Deval and Tegan and Sarah Kin. Amazon Advertising is now announcing Amazon streaming TV ads, and Twitch is now jointly reaching an audience of 120 million monthly viewers across the US, creating more opportunities for brands to create engaging, interactive product discovery experiences across IMDb TV, Twitch, ad-supported apps on Fire TV, and Thursday Night Football on Prime Video. If you understand the entire rhetoric here, you are in an ecosystem wherein Amazon allows you to buy something while you're watching your Amazon videos, all the advertising in one ecosystem. I want you to watch and read everything because it makes you appreciate the monopolistic system of Amazon, which is actually true for all 10x companies, 100x, 1000x companies. Let's go through the Amazon games. Read through it. Amazon Games began a close preview of online PC game New World, during which it was one of the most watched games on Twitch. Hundreds of thousands of players and millions of total hours played. Amazon Games launched Lost Ark. This is a multiplayer action role-playing game developed by Smilegate RPG, scheduled to launch in North America and Europe later this year. Obviously, Amazon Games is not quite important so far, but just wanted you to know, hey, they have that. How about the Amazon devices? They announced their all-new Echo Show 8. This is a 13-megapixel wide-angle camera that digitally pans and zooms during video calls. Echo Show 5, an HD camera at a lower price, kid-friendly content. They also announced a 6-year collaboration with Ford, bringing Alexa to millions of retail and commercial vehicles in North America. This is the broadest rollout of a built-in Alexa hands-free experience, including complimentary access to key Alexa features. For all new and existing customers up to 3 years, Ford and Amazon is going to deliver new voice-enabled features and services, including the very first custom Alexa skills for Ford commercial vehicles. This is also part of that future where everything is voice first. So voice being an AI, Alexa being the number one aside from Siri. Okay, using machine learning advancements in acoustic event detection, Amazon also added the ability for Alexa to start a routine detecting a baby crying, dog barking, person coughing, or snoring. Customers can set up the routine, automatically play white noise when snoring is detected. Alexa added common voice options as well, including Shaq and Melissa McCarthy. Samsung Appliance Division announced that Alexa will work alongside Bixby. This is Samsung's personal voice AI on the Samsung Family Hub refrigerator, continuing Amazon's commitment to providing customers all the widest options and choices. This comes with the fact that Alibaba and Tencent just opened up their ecosystems together. I think more and more what you're seeing is that Amazon is not a competition for Samsung, neither is it a competition for Shopify. It's actually trying to integrate all the third-party sellers to work hand in hand with all their network effects. There's now more than 900,000 registered developers, brands, device makers building with Alexa. And Alexa Live, Amazon's annual event for Alexa developers, introducing new ways for developers to increase revenue, engagement, discovery, including paid skills, Alexa shopping actions, widgets, and the international expansion for in-scale purchasing. If you are very bullish voice AI, you would be very bullish on what's happening with Alexa developers conferences. Amazon is announcing new features for Alexa developers to build entertaining, useful customer experiences, including interactive media skill components, shortening the time it takes for radio, podcast, music providers to launch their experiences on Alexa, shared APIs, enabling developers to build multiplayer gaming experiences, food skill API, enabling developers to quickly create high-quality food delivery and pickup experiences. Ring is also announcing general availability of the Floodlight CamWire Pro, equipped with new features like 3D motion detection. Ring is the most affordable outdoor floodlight camera. So let's go through the cloud services. Amazon cloud revenue grew 37% in Q2, again accelerating and leading the market. Amazon also is announcing plans to build data centers in Israel and the UAE in the quarter. What is the top AWS services explained to you? Let's go through the first 5 minutes.
Amazon Web Services launched in 2006 with a total of 3 products: storage buckets, compute instances, and a messaging queue. Today, it offers a mind-numbing 200 and something services. And what's most confusing is that many of them appear to do almost the exact same thing. It's kind of like shopping at a big grocery store where you have different aisles of product categories filled with things to buy that meet the needs of virtually every developer on the planet. In today's video, we'll walk down these aisles to gain an understanding of over 50 different AWS products. So first, let's start with a few that are above my pay grade that you may not know exist. If you're building robots, you can use RoboMaker to simulate and test your robots at scale. Then once your robots are in people's homes, you can use IoT Core to collect data from them, update their software, and manage them remotely. If you happen to have a satellite orbiting Earth, you can tap into Amazon's global network of antennas to connect data through its ground station service. And if you want to start experimenting and researching the future of computing, you can use Bracket to interact with a quantum computer. But most developers go to the cloud to solve more practical problems. And for that, let's head to the compute aisle. One of the original AWS products was Elastic Compute Cloud. It's one of the most fundamental building blocks on the platform and allows you to create a virtual computer in the cloud. Choose your operating system, memory, and computing power. Then you can rent that space in the cloud like you're renting an apartment that you pay for by the second. A common use case is to use an instance as a server for a web application. But one problem is that as your app grows, you'll likely need to distribute traffic across multiple instances. In 2009, Amazon introduced Elastic Load Balancing, which allowed developers to distribute traffic to multiple instances automatically. In addition, the CloudWatch service can collect logs and metrics from each individual instance. The data collected from CloudWatch can then be passed off to Autoscale, in which you define policies that create new instances as they become needed based on the traffic and utilization of your current infrastructure. These tools were revolutionary at the time, but developers still wanted an easier way to get things done, and that's where Elastic Beanstalk comes in. Most developers in 2011 just wanted to deploy a Ruby on Rails app. Elastic Beanstalk made that much easier by providing an additional layer of abstraction on top of EC2 and other auto-scaling features. Choose a template, deploy your code, and let all the auto-scaling stuff happen automatically. This is often called a platform as a service, but in some cases, it's still too complicated. If you don't care about the underlying infrastructure whatsoever and just want to deploy a WordPress site, Lightsail is an alternative option where you can point and click at what you want to deploy and worry even less about the underlying configuration. In all these cases, you are deploying a static server that is always running in the cloud. But many computing jobs are ephemeral, which means they don't rely on any persistent state on the server. So
I won't bother going through the last 10 minutes of that. You can actually check it out yourself. Top 50 plus AWS services. It's been 10 minutes by Fireship. You can subscribe to Fireship to know all the
Amazon Web Services
that Amazon does. Let's go through the numbers. AWS announced significant customer momentum. These are some of their customers increasing new commitments and migration across many major industries. One customer is Telecom, Swisscom. This is Switzerland's leading telecom company and IT service provider, selecting AWS as a specific preferred public cloud provider for a range of core applications, including 5G network, enterprise resource planning, operational support system, business support system. Bell Canada, Canada's largest telecom companies, is also using the breadth and depth of AWS, bringing AWS Wavelength to Canada. Financial services, you've got North America's largest financial institution, BMO Financial Group, as choosing AWS for their preferred cloud provider, modernizing their banking platform, building digital financial service applications for as part of their company's ongoing digital transformation. As part of its move to personalized services, the bank is also using Amazon Connect. This is an easy-to-use, scalable cloud contact center, providing a seamless, more customer-centric experience for its call center, as well as to support remote working capabilities for all their employees. Colombia's largest bank selected AWS, Bank Colombia, for a plan to migrate its applications to AWS. For automotives, Ferrari is now using AWS to become its official cloud, machine learning, and AI. Let's go through as well more shopping highlights. For the first time, Amazon brought their Just Walk Out technology to a full-size grocery store. They're offering customers in Bellevue, Washington, the option to skip the checkout line, just use or to use a traditional checkout. With Just Walk Out, it just means what it is, Just Walk Out. Amazon Fresh is now 15 stores in US and 5 in UK. Amazon Fashion expanded the head-to-toe outfit recommendations using machine learning models to style and inspire customers, helping them find their products fitting their style and completing their look. Style ideas are now available on fashion product pages in France, Germany, India, Italy, Spain, and US. Amazon Pharmacy is introducing a 6-month supply option for eligible medications, offering customers a new convenient way to purchase many of the most commonly prescribed medications. For all the Amazon Prime members, pharmacy purchases will include free unlimited 2-day delivery. Select medications start at just $1 per month when customers pay without insurance. So that's really the competition for GoodRx, GDRx, and CVS Pharmacy. Amazon launched an internet-famous storefront, creating selections of the top trending products on social media. They showcase immersive content, allowing customers to discover brands across multiple categories, engaging with their favorite influencers. Amazon launched its first brand protection report, detailing Amazon's anti-counterfeit efforts and progress in providing counterfeit to zero in their stores. So far, they've invested $700 million and employed more than 10,000 people to protect customers and sellers in their store, stopping bad actors before they list products for sale. So as a shopper, if you want decent products, authentic, you go for Amazon. I guess if you don't care about authenticity, that's why you go to the likes of wish.com. Amazon's verification processes prevented 6 million attempts to create selling accounts before bad actors listed a single product for sale, seizing over 2 million counterfeit products sent to their fulfillment centers before they were sent to a customer. Right now, as you can see, Amazon is a powerhouse and they're also facing tough regulatory headwinds, much like what's happening with China's big tech. There's an ongoing Federal Trade Commission allegedly using the third-party seller data that Amazon is using for their basic branded goods. The FTC is also reviewing Amazon's planned purchase of the Hollywood studio MGM, which is $8.5 billion, so that they can offer better offerings to compete with Netflix and Disney+. The FTC could become a bigger thorn in Amazon's side thanks to the commission's new chair, Lina Khan. She is an ardent critic of Amazon, a former antitrust professor at Columbia Law School, coming to fame because of her article, Amazon's Antitrust Paradox. So let's go through more numbers. This was prior to, this was 2020. You could see in Q3 2020, sales on Amazon Web Services is $11 billion per quarter, with total net sales of about $42 billion. Let's go through today's Q2 2021. Q2 2021, that $11 billion is now $14 billion per quarter, accelerating about 30% year on year. So Amazon Web Services is a huge draw because this has the huge margin. You could see that on that $15 billion sales per quarter, 4 billion of that is operating income. So this is really the biggest half of the income of Amazon comes primarily from AWS with those types of margins. Let's go through some extra numbers. Just to appreciate Amazon's global retail revenue. So you're seeing in 2017, this was about $23 billion in a quarter for their global retail revenue. Let's go through the numbers nowadays. When they talked about the $100 billion of sales this year, let's go through how much of that $100 billion is North America. $100 billion is just one quarter. They have $443 billion in a year. So if you adjust that, it's around 60% North America. So far, the international moves of Amazon for the third-party selling is around $124 billion business, or about times 6 of the last few years. AWS is $52 billion. As you can see, Amazon is sales are doing very well in their region, North America, international, and AWS. The three big chunks of Amazon's 12 months in a year. So trailing 12 months. So you're seeing these actual numbers, Q2 2021 until Q2 2020. If you had to adjust everything, it's up 38% annually and up 36% if Forex adjusted. Let's go through further the Q2 2021 numbers. Financial results. Okay, so I think most people are concerned about the free cash flow, but as you can well know, all that $20 billion drop in free cash flow has to do with the finance leasing getting paid. A lot of warehouses and fulfillment centers and logistics networks. Take note, free cash flows less principal repayments is down 97%. So they used up all their money to pay all of those debts. Not bad, if you'll ask me. Now, and this is the reason why most of their free cash flow is down, because their long-term goal is they do want to optimize free cash flows. And if they can pay those finance leases now, it's better off for them. So principal repayments, finance leases, financing obligations. These are their shares, net sales. So the third consecutive quarter of over $100 billion nonstop. We do still expect more than $150 billion in the next coming quarters. So most of that growth comes, of course, from your AWS and international expansion as well. So operating income is expected to grow going forward. This $8 billion, you could expect it to go maybe $10 to $12 billion, give it about 2 to 3 years time. That's how amazing it still is. Operating income, 12 months, it's $30 billion, up 76% year on year. Net income, up 50% year on year. Trailing 12 months, if you're going to compare it. So this is what you're seeing. It's possible that it had gotten a spike due to the COVID. But because of if you believe in this, the digital acceleration as just the norm, even after the Delta variant, even after the COVID-19, people would expect high basis to continue going forward for the next 3 to 5 years. So what a whopping jump, 130%. This was the COVID-related spike, but people are also expecting that to continue with that higher base going forward. Segment results. All right. So in just the US alone, it's about $67 billion sales for the quarter, up 22%. Operating income is about $3 billion, up 47%. Total 12 months net sales in America alone is $267 billion. Okay, let's go for that international expansion. So international is growing further, faster. If this was 22% in America, this is 36% internationally. You're seeing $30 billion. Now, if you expect that this would hit somewhere in the zone of $100 billion in a quarter in the next 3 years, then it tells you that Amazon can hit $5,000 or something, or $7,000. So operating income, it's really poised to dominate everything. So still up 5%, $362 million. Small here because they're investing a lot in those logistics and a lot of network. Segment results, AWS, this is the crown jewel. You could see $15 billion, $4 billion, up 25, up 37. Still expected to double and triple in the next 5 to 10 years. So this is still going to grow. So you're going to see that net income rise from 4 billion in a quarter to about 10 to 20 billion in the next 10 years. So that's cloud computing for you. Free cash flow is amazing. So I don't think that we have to go through all these details. Let's go through more numbers. So this 23 in global retail revenue is now $32 billion per quarter. Amazon Web Services, which used to be here at about less than 10 billion, is now 50% higher, now hitting $15 billion. Take note what it was before. It was just less than $1 billion in sales. And now it's nearing 15 billion. It's going to go maybe 20 billion in just 2024. This is a 20x business for Amazon Web Services in over just 7 years, if you will compute it from 2014 or 10 years, 2014 to 2024. So their profit machine happened during 2018, but you could see that most of that was contributed heavily by your Amazon Web Services. Some charts of the day, still don't forget, Amazon's long-term growth, 1997 through 2015, people felt that the sales of $100 billion was a milestone. Just wanted to say that this year, 2021, in just a single quarter, Amazon achieved all of what 2015 did. The power of numbers, the law of large numbers. So what it achieved in 1 year is now achieved in just 1 quarter. Would it happen that in the next 5 years, that what it achieved in 1 quarter can achieve in just 1 month or 1.5 months? Can you imagine that? Amazon's incredible long-term growth, 1997 through 2020. What happens when Amazon sales reaches $600 to $700 billion a year? So just imagine those things. All right, so international and AWS is going to propel most of the growth. And subscriptions, third-party sellers is growing a lot. Yun. So that's it. That's Amazon for you. Let's go through more details if you can, just to appreciate. Let's just go to the charts of Amazon right now. Just five seconds going through the chart. Where's the chart of Amazon? Okay, so Amazon, if you're gonna ask me where to buy in the next 2 weeks or next 2 months, Amazon is right now going down, I think 7% from 3.6. I think it's gonna open later 3.3. Try to see if you can enter at $3,000. That would be in the 2020 level. Of course, you can't get in those levels before of 2000. I don't think so. So $3,000 is your first sign of support. And I don't see any problem actually with the numbers. It's possible that Wall Street has high expectations. You want to actually buy through that dip if you have. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. Short earnings call and see you again next week. Thanks for watching the Awesome10X Global Market Update. Bye.